everyone. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you all for the good wishes and the thoughts and the prayers with my dad's recent passing. I'm truly grateful for all of you. And also just want to put the focus now back on you, on your sign. So if you're a Scorpio, born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of December 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So there's a real sense of satisfaction that's come in, a sense of a job well done, a sense of accomplishment, and just this stabilizing factor inside of yourself. Even if it's just whether you've completed rehab, and I don't mean to say that lightly, like you've just completed rehab, like that's a big deal, or gone through some intense therapy, or you've been out there and you've been putting yourself out on social media, and that was a big scary thing for you. Or if it even is like something as, going and speaking with your in-laws and being candid and honest with them, right? So there's these different ways in which we can maneuver through life, being authentic and grounded and honest and real. And I just feel like what's going on with you Scorpios, there's this real groundedness of like, yeah, I've done my part, I'm being honest and really feeling a lot of gratitude and security within yourself. So it's just a really beautiful, grounded energy that I'm seeing here. And then December just feels like that opens up, like just opens up, and it's it's like all this time you've been a peacock. Nobody knew you were a peacock, and suddenly all your feathers open up and like, oh, she's a peacock. Oh my God. So it's like that kind of energy. Suddenly people see you for who you are, really get you. You've been there all along, but now maybe the universe caught up with you. Maybe the world now is finally ready for you. So all I can tell you is that you arrived and people are noticing. So such a beautiful energy. Love that. What a cool analogy, huh? You're a peacock and nobody knew it until you stopped and they went, wow. All right, so let's move on to relationships. So coupled romantic relationships. So those of you that are interested in that, let's see what's available for you in December. So I see you making new agreements with each other. Like, I used to get up every night with the kids and I think now it's your turn. Or you know what, let's not do it like that. Let's do it like this. I just see you creating new agreements around your household and the way of doing things, and just and it feels good and it feels timely. It may be even that you're ready to even change the way in which you approach life or conversations, or anything from shifting your religious values to the way that you eat or even what you eat. But I just see this shift that's happening together, and you're growing together and you're choosing together and you're kind of letting go of things that maybe your parents taught you or that generations have shown you, and you're really deciding and choosing for yourself. And even if you choose what has already been done before in your family or given to you, there's a newness about it because you're choosing. And it's not just been something that's handed down or wasn't just now something that was repetitious, but that it's fresh and new because you choose it. So I really see that that's what's happening in your relationship. Now, the things that are old or dying off or that aren't working, you're going to see those coming to an end December 11th with that Gemini full moon that we're having. And of course, full moons bring endings. And then we have that new moon solar eclipse December 25th in the United States and in South America. And then it happens on the 26th in the rest of the world. And that new moon solar eclipse is like 3 new moons. So it's intense energy. And the thing that's so great about this particular eclipse is that one, the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of good luck and miracles and happiness, is actually in a really good aspect to it, so that it can be beneficial. So it really helps us, right? And then because it's in the solar eclipse is happening in the sign of Capricorn, which is the builder, the manifester, you're going to actually be able to see the good things. It's not just going to be like this spiritual light bulb that goes off, but you're actually going to see in the physical world things change in your life for the better, right? So this is really good news across the board for everybody. Back to relationships, If you haven't gotten out of a relationship that's bad for you, you may see that there's another eclipse. There's a full moon lunar eclipse next month, January 10th in Cancer. And Cancer is a much more feeling energy. So it might be a little more intense and more feeling energy around that. If there's a sudden ending, suddenly, you could get fired, or suddenly you could get, your business could close, or suddenly your partner could ask for a divorce. There's a lot, suddenly, there's a pet that could pass. All these sudden endings, if they haven't done so, well then a full moon eclipse is another thing that could happen. Or it could be that the loss has already happened, but you've been so busy you haven't felt it. But then the feeling of that loss shows up in January. Like you could have quit your job 4 months ago, but it takes until January when you stop and you got the new job, the brand new job, that you finally are able to grieve for the old job, right? So doesn't necessarily have to mean that you haven't already had the ending, but that you're just dealing with any remnants emotionally of it. Or it could still be that there's an ending that's going to happen. But I wouldn't worry about any endings that are going to happen that haven't happened yet, because that new moon solar eclipse with that Jupiter energy that's around it is also going to be so big and so good that no matter what the loss is, even if it's like someone like myself, like losing my dad, right? There is such a balm that comes in, a warmth that comes in that really, allows you to be able to hold that in a space, that it doesn't sink you, but instead this new energy lifts you up and sees and brings in what's next for you. So don't be afraid of whatever ending is there. It was interesting when my dad did pass. I was obviously, when I got the phone call, I was obviously crying when I hung up. And but what kept coming through the tears as I was sobbing, what kept coming out of my mouth was, "No, this is good. No, this is good. No, this is good." Right? Because he lived such a beautiful, beautiful life, and I had him until he was 90. Right? So. There was and he had so much pain that this was good. He was out of pain. So it was just this freedom. So just know that these endings and beginnings, they may be bittersweet, but there's so much goodness that's going to come out of it. So don't be afraid of any endings that are coming and haven't happened yet. You're going to be fine. There's such a big new beginning for yourselves that the universe is providing. And this energy, we haven't had an energy like this in over a decade. It's beautiful, it's bright, it's uplifting, it's pure, it's exciting. So it's good. Okay, so now let's move into money wait. Let's do single Scorpios, because we did coupled Scorpios, so let's do single Scorpios. You guys are just so clear with who you are and what you want. And I really just see you just kind of moving things out of the way and choosing the person. So like, no, you. And there doesn't need to be in a rush. Like, I don't feel like a rush with this, because this new energy happens over the next 6 months. But if you want a soulmate energy, there's absolutely soulmate energy with this. Now, as far as December goes, I just see you having a good time, laughing, going to different parties, being with different friends, being like the belle of the ball, enjoying yourselves, really feeling safe and comfortable in your own skin, and not really worrying about it. And just knowing your value and knowing it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. So I just feel like you're really feeling grounded and powerful in your own energy. So beautiful. Okay, let's go back to money for Scorpios. So I just feel like there are different areas in your life where you can focus, and the money's there. It's kind of like whatever you give your attention to, money will manifest. So the key is, what do I want to focus on? Where do I want to give my energy? If I give my energy to this, I'm going to make money there. If I give my energy to that, money will be made there. So it's really making sure that wherever you're putting your focus, it's something that you want to put your focus on, because you can make money anywhere. That's what this shows me in December. You can make it wherever you want. So you might as well put the focus on something that you're going to enjoy. Okay, let's look at career for Scorpios. Some of you may be trading out your career for somebody who sees you a little bit better. So maybe you go to a different headhunter, maybe you find a different manager, maybe if you're a hairdresser, you work in one salon, you go to another salon. So I feel like you're changing the environment around you, or the people that support you in your work. So it may be that you get rid of one assistant and hire another assistant, and maybe you get rid of one publicist and get another publicist, right? So it's just this adjustment of who's going to make me look good, right? Even from the receptionist who's answering the door to, if you're an entrepreneur, to, your accountant. Who's going to make me look good, right? So I just see you making this adjustment. If you're an employee, it can be then again about, you still have control over, where you buy your clothes, who cuts your hair, because I really feel like it's around you and your presentation to the world, and that there's a shift that happens there. And in that shift, it increases your career and makes you more noticed and more viable, more relevant. Some of you may be getting makeovers and feeling really good about them. And, and suddenly you stop traffic. It's like that kind of good makeover. Okay. So do you see my little friend? This is Roman, who just joined us. All right, buddy. Come on, get him down. He likes the energy. All right, sorry about that. All right, let's move on to health for a Scorpio, for your health. Okay, so breasts are coming up. You want to take care of your breasts, if you need a mammogram, if you want to be checking yourself, if you're looking to have, any work done, breast implants or changes with your breasts, make sure you have good health. And then breasts also has to do with nurturing, right? And if we're nurturing too much, that can be a problem, right? We can become exhausted and tired. Or if we have so much to nurture, we can get blocked. If there's nobody there to receive, then go volunteer. Then find a place where somebody will take what you have to offer, right? So there's no shortage of places to volunteer in December if you're having a hard time getting people to receive from you, right? So just pay attention to your breast health this month. Nurture yourself, love yourself, be present to yourself, and you're going to find good health there. Okay, let's see if there's any surprises for us this month for Scorpios. So it feels like there's a surprise opportunity. It feels like it could be late in the month, December 27th, December 28th. It could have to do with an invite early in January. It could have to do with travel. It could be that it's just something fun and flukish, that a friend happens to have a private plane who's been gifted to them, and they're going to Jamaica, and can you, drop your bags and come along for 3 or 4 days? It's like that kind of like outlandish, like that happens to everybody else, it doesn't happen to me kind of energy. It's one of those, right? So, it could be anything like that that's so simple, but suddenly there's a free ticket to go someplace, an opportunity to step on board and go, and you need to just go. And it's fun, and you won't regret, and it's going to be a good time. So have fun. So it is a surprise, it's a trip, it's fun, it's easy, and it's a really good time. All right. So some surprise invite may not necessarily be a trip, but it can be a trip. So it's very much a surprise, and it's a very good time. So go. All right, you guys. So have a wonderful, happy new year. Thank you so much for this past year. I wish you all happy holidays. If you're still interested in my Get Dialed In program, I'm sorry I've not yet launched it. Just go to my website, peggyrometo.com, read about it, or click or sign your name in. And as soon as I get more details about it, I will be sending it out. But with my dad and his passing and everything, that took priority, of course. And I didn't, now that, I wanted to launch it with a full heart. So you'll be seeing that here soon. All right, you guys, thank you so much for viewing and liking and sharing my intuitive astrology. Have a wonderful new year, and I'll see you soon.